24 hours, every day. Long Island's own news network. This is News 12 Long Island. Now, the daytime edition.
Robbers get away with nearly $1 million in gold and cash from a Dix Hills jeweler. I'm Silva.
And I'm Tyrrell. Police are still hunting today for the armed robbers who committed the bold daylight heist. They say the suspects burst into the Hemingway Drive home, which is also a place of business, ransacking the house and terrorizing employees and the family yesterday. As News 12's Walt Kane reports, the robbers apparently stuck to a carefully thought-out plan.
They struck around 3 in the afternoon. 5 or 6 men wearing Halloween masks and armed to the teeth, possibly with machine guns. Their target, this Dix Hills home, which police say doubled as the headquarters of a jewelry importing business. Police say the robbers herded Frank and Roseanne Volpicello, their 2 sons, and 3 company employees into the basement. Then they ransacked the house and walked away with $800,000 in jewelry.
He told me to put my hands behind my head, and I thought he was kidding because I thought it was somebody that I knew. Then he put a shotgun to my neck and threw me on the floor, tied us all up together, myself, the other girl that works with us in the office, the mother, everybody was tied up downstairs. They ransacked the house, took all the gold and jewelry that was in the house.
Valpicello's son, Stephen, says he walked into the middle of the robbery, walking into his home to be greeted by a man carrying a machine gun. He also says robbers dragged his mother down the basement steps by her ankles. He says she was bruised up, but not seriously hurt. Police say it was a professional job. The Volpicellos had a security camera mounted outside their front door, but the robbers entered the house through the garage, cut off the electricity through a circuit box, and even ripped the phone lines to prevent anyone from calling police.
It appears that the individuals knew what they were doing that came in. They were all armed heavily and masked to conceal their identities and wearing gloves also.
You think they knew the Volpicellos?
We don't know that at this time.
Police say the suspects may have driven away in a black Nissan Pathfinder. Outside of that, they have few leads, and what officers grudgingly admit was a jewel of a crime. In Dix Hills, Walt Kane, News 12, Long Island.
Franklin Square neighbors saved some lives as Christmas tree lights may be behind a holiday nightmare for one family. Police say 2-year-old Peter Falcon may have started a blaze in his home yesterday by playing with the Christmas tree lights. Well, neighbors called 911 as Peter's mother, Eileen Falcon, jumped from the 2nd floor with her 4-year-old daughter. Police say a quick-acting neighbor saved little Peter.
I let my dog out of the house and I heard people screaming, so I ran over and I saw that the house was on fire. And I asked if anybody was in the house, and she said, yeah, a little boy was in the living room. So I ran inside, tried to get in there, I crawled down. I was calling for a while, I couldn't find out, and the smoke was very strong, the fire. And then I saw in the little corner a little baby laying there, so I grabbed him as fast as I could and I ran out of the house and I put him on the front lawn.
All 3 of the Falcons remain in critical condition at the Nassau Medical Center today. By the way, that neighbor, Roy Gartner, says he was only home for yesterday's rescue because he had been recently laid off. The Comac parents awarded a record $35 million malpractice judgment, say that money will not give their daughter a normal life. They say that they feel vindicated by Tuesday's decision, but Bonnie and Michael Schmidt say it's a bittersweet victory. The Schmidts contend pediatrician Dr. Leonard Good and North Shore University Hospital mistreated an ammonia buildup in Jessica's brain caused by her liver disorder. That, they contend, began her mental retardation 10 years ago.
A simple thing like changing her diet could have changed her life, and it was just, it's very sad.
It's something hard that we have to live with that the rest of our lives, that a diet would have helped her out and she would have a normal life, and it's hard for me to cope with.
Jessica now requires round-the-clock care. North Shore University Hospital says the Nassau County Court decision, though, will be reversed in an appeal.
An emotional Michael Jackson speaks out against accusations of child molestation. Speaking via satellite from his Neverland Ranch yesterday, Jackson condemned the media's handling of the story, and he denied all the charges.
There have been many disgusting statements made recently concerning allegations of improper conduct on my part.
It was Jackson's first appearance since he canceled his world tour and sought treatment for what he says was an addiction to painkillers. Jackson commented on how the child molestation investigation has turned his life completely upside down.
I have been forced to submit to a dehumanizing and humiliating examination by the Santa Barbara County Sheriff Department and the Los Angeles Police Department earlier this week. They served a search warrant on me which allowed them to view and photograph my body, including my penis, my buttocks, my lower torso, thighs, and any other area that they wanted.
Now, no criminal charges have been filed against Jackson. The civil case filed on behalf of the 13-year-old boy who made the molestation allegations against Jackson goes to trial March 21st. The Star says he will do whatever it takes to clear his name. What police are calling a DWI crash claims the life of a North Amityville man. Suffolk police say Gary Sandefur of North Amityville was heading south on Route 110 yesterday when he was hit head-on by William Oberlin's car of Copeg. Sandefur's passenger Harold Harris, also from North Amityville, was pronounced dead at Brunswick Hospital. Both Sandefur and Oberlin are charged with DWI.
Some inmates from the Nassau County Jail are home for the holidays. News 12's Patty Ann Brown reports they were bailed out yesterday in keeping with a 20-year tradition.
They expected to spend the holidays behind bars, but instead these 5 inmates at the Nassau County Jail got what they say is the greatest Christmas gift of all, freedom. They were told just days ago that a caring stranger was going to bail them out.
It was like 2 days ago that I found out about this, and it just like popped up out of the blue. I expected to be here for Christmas, New Year's, and so on.
What was the prospect like?
Offhand, I really can't even describe it.
Someone had cared enough to give me a second chance, another chance at life and at being home for Christmas.
They're all charged with nonviolent crimes and all had bails of $1,500 or less, but they couldn't afford the price to come out from behind the barbed wire. Enter Sal Miglio, a Manhasset real estate developer who posted their bail.
I have faith in people, I love people, and I believe in the rehabilitative process to get them back into society, make them work and take care of their families and become tax-paying citizens of this county.
I think he's one of God's angels. He was sent here.
Sandra Staten is charged with petty larceny for stealing a coat. She's a widow with 3 kids. Miglio chose to bail out Staten and the other 4 because of their relatively clean records and their apparent desire to get back on the right track. Miglio has been bailing out inmates at Christmas time for the past 20 years. This year, Joseph Raboul is one of the lucky ones. After being reunited with his son at the jail, Raboul returned jubilant to his home in Hempstead.
Somehow God heard my prayer, behind those walls, and, he really came as your savior to really bail me out.
Joseph Raboul and the others who are now home for the holidays say the bailout has renewed their faith in the human spirit and convinced them that, yes, there really is a Santa Claus. In Hempstead, Patty Ann Brown, News 12, Long Island.
Miglio says he's bailed out about 100 inmates over the past 2 decades, but none has ever failed to show up for a scheduled court appearance without an explanation.
If you're a customer of the Jamaica Water Company, you may soon be awash in a refund. We'll have details a little later.
And as the Long Island Railroad beefs up security, some Baldwin students are paying tribute to one of the survivors of the 533 massacre. Stay with us.
The quality furniture you've always wanted is now more affordable than ever at Allwood Furniture and Allwood Galleries at savings up to 70% off. Traditional, country, contemporary, and more. Most items in stock for immediate delivery. Right now, all stores are celebrating the grand reopening of our Allwood Gallery showroom on Route 110 in Farmingdale. Over 60,000 square feet of home furnishings and accessories, including leather, lacquer, and juvenile furniture. Visit an Allwood showroom today. Allwood Furniture, Allwood Galleries, the Tri-State's fastest growing furniture family.
The best thing about Christmas is that Santa Claus always leaves you something. Genevieve! Teddy bear, Ninja Turtle 3-piece, necklaces and bracelets, Aladdin stuff, a puppy. Happy holidays! Ho, ho, ho.
You'll save money, great prices, easy, super service at Pizza Richard. You'll save money, great prices, easy, super service at Pizza Richard. You'll save money, great prices, easy, super service. All you have to do is whistle at Pizza Richard.
On behalf of the people at Lilco, I'm pleased to inform you that we're asking the Public Service Commission to freeze Lilco's electric rates for the next 2 years. We've been able to hold down rates by refinancing our corporate debt, purchasing power and fuel at the lowest possible cost, and reducing operating costs. These efforts have helped make it possible to assure you that Lilco will not increase base electric rates for the next 2 years. At Lilco, holding down rates means good service.
In a move to ease the concerns of commuters following the LIRR massacre, the railroad has put additional uniformed cops on its trains. The officers randomly ride the trains and they get on and off at various stations. Now, one survivor of the train shooting is getting an inspiring gift today from a group of Baldwin school children. News 12's Connie Conway reports the kids are giving Kevin McCarthy much more than just a get-well card.
He lost his father in the massacre aboard the 533, but Kevin McCarthy has captured the hearts of Long Island, including this group of second-grade students at the Plaza School in Baldwin. The students decided to send get-well wishes in a quilt to Kevin, who struggles to recover from bullet wounds that partially paralyzed him.
Because they're sick and I want to make them better. And if they get better, I'll like it when they get better.
Teacher Katie Duffy went to high school with Kevin and thought it would be nice for the students to express themselves.
It really hit very close to home. It could have been any of their parents, it could have been anyone they knew. So they came in talking about, did you hear, did you hear? So they were hit by it as well as everybody else.
The kids were told to design a picture that would cheer Kevin up, so each one of the patches is as individual as each one of the kids.
I think that it's kind of telling because one of the students, despite the fact that we said put happy, but put how you feel, has a heart that's crying. So he feels sad that Kevin was hurt.
We did it so it would get his mind off his dad. I hope he feels better, and I want him to cheer up.
The students also wrote letters to Kevin, and among the best wishes was one simple yet complicated wish.
I hope they have a law soon so that no one can have guns. We must vote for hate to see. Step up, step up, step up on the train with me. Get well soon, Kevin.
In Baldwin, Connie Conway, News 12, Long Island.
And commuters using Penn Station are pouring out their hearts and pouring in donations for all the victims of the LIRR tragedy. Volunteers are manning a table once again today in an effort to raise money to help their fellow riders whose lives were changed forever 2 weeks ago on the 533. The volunteers raised about $1,000 for every hour they were there yesterday. You can make a donation today at the main concourse at Penn Station.
And now in the wake of the LIRR shooting, an increasing concern about handguns in our neighborhoods. The nation's largest retailer says it's going to stop selling the weapons in its stores. A spokesman for Walmart says the retail chain will no longer stock handguns on its shelves in its stores nationwide, but customers will be able to order the handguns through Walmart's catalogs. The chain will continue keeping shotguns and rifles in stock in its stores. In the Big Apple, police are hoping the gift of giving will inspire people to give up their guns. Manhattan contractor Fernando Mateo and police are sponsoring a Toys for Guns program at the Washington Heights and Inwood communities. It means that anyone who turns in a gun to police will get a $100 gift certificate for the purchase of toys. Thanks to Mateo, the offer runs through Christmas Day.
To some, they are just art supplies. To others, they're a way to deface public and private property. Now the town of Brookhaven has made it illegal for anyone under 18 to buy broad-tipped magic markers or cans of spray paint. Yesterday's measure is the latest in a wave of anti-graffiti measures taken by several Long Island communities. Store owners in Brookhaven town who violate the law by selling markers or spray paint to minors could go to jail for up to a year. Well, dreams of a white Christmas are alive and well, at least for now. Norm, what about it?
Well, it could happen on Christmas. We could have some snow, especially Christmas Eve. Right now we have a cloudy, cool day, and a few flakes are flying across our region. I'll be back in a little while and we can play Snow and Tell. Stay with us.
Also ahead, Jamaica Water customers are getting their just desserts, they say. And Briarcliff College offers a high-tech curriculum that's moving some students to the head of the class when we come back.
Joe Cook here.
And I'm David Weiss. We're at 8 Auto Stores to ask,
what's your wish for Christmas this year?
A new brother.
A big toolbox.
A diamond ring.
A pink Corvette?
A red Corvette.
A red Corvette? Aid Auto Stores wants to put this 1994 Chevy Corvette under your tree. Just enter to win at any participating Aid Auto Store or Messenger Chevrolet Geo. Now that's a Christmas gift.
Come in and see the hundreds of gift ideas at Aid Auto Stores.
Your ultimate Christmas car care store.
If you've become the victim of an accident or injury and are in need of legal services, contact the law offices of Daniel Buttafuoco and Associates. Because we accept personal injury cases only, you'll be represented by highly qualified attorneys prepared to recover a settlement to which you may be entitled. If needed, we'll meet you at your home or the hospital, and you'll pay no legal fees unless we're successful.
Join the thousands of injury victims successfully compensated. The law offices of Daniel Buttafuoco and Associates. Call 1-800-669-HURT for your free consultation.
More and more people are now leasing a GMC Jimmy. Maybe they like getting more truck for the money, or Jimmy's powerful engine. Perhaps it's the benefits of getting a new truck every 2 years, or the benefits of a soft ride suspension. Or possibly they want to avoid long-term financial commitments in their quiet, air-conditioned GMC Jimmy. Then again, they may just be after a low monthly payment. Can you blame them?
See your Tri-State GMC truck dealer today.
The quality furniture you've always wanted is now more affordable than ever at Allwood Furniture and Allwood Galleries at savings up to 70% off. Traditional, country, contemporary, and more. Most items in stock for immediate delivery. Right now, all stores are celebrating the grand reopening of our Allwood Gallery showroom on Route 110 in Farmingdale. Over 60,000 square feet of home furnishings and accessories, including leather, lacquer, and juvenile furniture. Visit an Allwood showroom today. Allwood Furniture, Allwood Galleries, the Tri-State's fastest growing furniture family.
Here's a look at some of what's happening across the island today. In Hempstead, the Fraternal Order of Court Officers hosts their second annual Christmas party for 35 local underprivileged kids. That's at the Nassau County District Court. And at the island and in Westbury, the New York Lottery today introduces us to Long Island's winner of the $7 million jackpot from the December 15th drawing. The winning ticket was bought at a card store in Rocky Point. I hope I'm related. And students from the Lockhart Elementary School in Massapequa are going to present a $4,000 check to the Make-A-Wish Foundation today. They put their best feet forward to raise the money, participating in a walkathon. Well, the Long Island Lighting Company loses an effort to recoup some of its losses from the closure of the Shoreham nuclear power plant. A federal court has thrown out a $720 million lawsuit filed by LILCO against the plant's engineers. The U.S. District Court ruled the contract LILCO signed prohibits it from suing the engineering firm. A LILCO spokesman says the company is very disappointed at the ruling. LILCO claims the engineering firm should help carry part of the financial burden caused by the closing of Shoreham.
It's being called a consumer victory for Jamaica Water customers. State Consumer Protection Board Executive Director Richard Kessel and County Executive Thomas Galata announced a settlement with the company yesterday. The agreement freezes water rates and gives Jamaica Water customers a $260 credit toward their water bills over the next 3 years. The settlement between the company and the county comes after accusations against Jamaica Water of mismanagement and poor water quality. The pact is welcome news to previously displeased Jamaica Water customers.
I felt not only could my health be endangered and the health of my wife and children, but at the same time we were getting super high bills that we felt we couldn't really afford, and what's going to happen in the future.
The Jamaica Water Company has also agreed to split into two companies. One will serve Nassau, the other Queens.
Well, it's time to find out from meteorologist Norm DeVoskin. So what happened? We thought we were going to have snow on the ground this morning.
Well, you know, it just took a little bit longer. You know, it was a 24-hour forecast. That doesn't always work out. But do you know the difference between a minor snowstorm and a major snowstorm?
No.
In a minor snowstorm, you can't get to work. In a major snowstorm, you can't get to a Christmas party. Well, we do have a few snowflakes across the region, just some light snow. There's a low-pressure system to our south moving out into the Atlantic. Sunset at 4:29. The normal range of temperatures for this date, 41 and 26. The all-time record high, 57, set back in 1981. The record low, 2, back in 1960. And those extremes come from Brookhaven Labs. You can see all of the clouds across the Gulf states moving out towards the east. That's part of a low-pressure system that is moving out into the Atlantic. And we're just on the northern fringe of some snow, and we could be getting some off and on snow through the day. High pressure will build build in behind that. And then there's another weather disturbance moving out of the high plains that will arrive on Friday with another chance of some light snow for Christmas Eve. So weather systems are moving very rapidly across the country. You can see this large area of clouds moving out towards the east. So we have some off and on snow through the day. I don't think it will be getting very much. Looking at the radar, you can see the snow to our south, just covering parts of Long Island. A lot of this not hitting the ground across New England. Really nothing much going on at this point, but look for snow later on towards the weekend. If you take a look at the radar, you can see the snow with a closer view. You can see just to our south, all of this is moving out to the east. Not really a problem across Long Island. So for today, a cloudy day, off and on snow, coating to an inch, more snow on the east end due to the fact that the storm is moving out to the east. Temperatures running 30 to 35 degrees for the Mariners. Winds north-northeast at 12 to 22 knots. Seas 2 to 4 feet on the sound, 3 to 6 on the ocean. Visibility poor in some occasional snow. Water temperature 46 degrees. And later in the news, I'll be back with a look at the weekend and especially Christmas Day. Carol?
Okay, it's important, especially regarding travel. Thanks, Norm. Well, there are far fewer women than men pursuing high-tech careers in America's schools even today. And with some women having so little time on their hands, it's not likely the schools will find it easy to draft them. Still, News 12's Petra Schaefer says Briarcliff College is tackling that challenge and moving to the head of the class.
This message is from Rachel. Barbara Ullman is doing the equivalent of passing notes in class, except the teacher's not likely to catch her because she's doing it on her home computer. She's part of a distance learning pilot program at Briarcliff College, and her computer is a link to the classroom.
If she's unable to come to school, she can call in through a modem, get the same course or the same information that she would have gotten in the classroom, and do that at home.
And although Barbara Ullman loves the classroom, there are days when she just can't make it there.
I have to make some choices. If my son is homesick, I would have to be home. And those aren't choices that are easy to make.
These tools that we're giving them on the distance learning network will help them master their skills rather than have to drop out and take the course over again.
The program is expected to do more than get women to class, but also to prepare them for the jobs of the future. Those jobs are expected to be in the technology field. But according to the U.S. Labor Department, only 13% of the women in this country hold degrees in technological subjects. That's not just a meaningless statistic. Here at this Briarcliff Electronics Lab, all of the students are men.
And organizers hope the distance learning can help women overcome their fears of high tech. For Ullman, it seems to be working. Just ask her son.
I think it's great that my mom's learning the computer now. But the thing is, I can't get on the computer anymore.
If you asked me 15 years ago, would I ever be working on the computer, the answer is no. My husband's been trying to get me near the computer. I have been so intimidated. I watched my son get on it. I wouldn't go near it. Now, nobody can get me off the computer.
Okay, Jace, what do you want for lunch? All right, can you make it in a hurry because I have to get back to my work.
Ullman says the technology will make her competitive in the job market and still allow her to make lunch for her favorite subject. In Woodbury, Petra Schaefer, News 12 Long Island.
Nice.
And coming up, President Clinton fields reporters' questions time and time again on the latest allegations of marital infidelity.
And Fidel Castro's daughter seeks political asylum right here in the United States. An update ahead.
News 12's Head of the Class is brought to you by Hofstra University. Call 516-HOFSTRA for more information.
When you add it all up, it's the total college experience that makes Hofstra University the one to choose. Hofstra University. Call 516-HOFSTRA.
Get out your gift list, check it twice, and get to Ski Stop for the guaranteed lowest price. Ski Stop, America's winter warehouse. If they board, if they ski, get it now for under the tree. Ski Stop, everything in ski gear and winter wear, from outerwear to underwear. When you're the biggest, when you're the best, every day it sells for less.
Nobody beats Ski Stop's price. Nobody beats Ski Stop's service. Nobody beats Ski Stop's quality.
Ho, 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 great holiday gifts, guaranteed.
Now through Christmas Eve only, Nobody Beats the Wiz is having a Christmas sale you'll never forget.
Drastic price reductions on hundreds of TVs, VCRs, and camcorders. Savings of 18 to 53% on compact disc players, rack systems, cellular phones, still cameras, music, movies, and more. Prices have been slashed in every department. This is your last chance to fill your Christmas list at prices you won't believe. Now through Christmas Eve only.
As this is said to be the decade families will be hunting for real value, Volvo thought it best to make that search a little easier. Introducing Volvo Affordable Pricing. Available on new 1994 cars, it's Volvo's way of hitting families right where it helps.
The White House should be getting ready for the Clintons' first presidential Christmas. Instead, Bill and Hillary are dealing with allegations of infidelity. Washington correspondent Mary Miller reports President Clinton is trying to put the latest round of rumors to rest.
I violate my own edict here.
With allegations of marital infidelity, abuse of his gubernatorial staff, and cover-ups swirling around him, reporters finally had a chance yesterday to ask President Clinton directly if there's anything to it.
No. And I have nothing to add to what I said in my statement.
That statement, issued by White House aide Bruce Lindsay, called the allegations ridiculous. And Mr. Clinton says there's no reason to raise the character question again.
But I don't think that this is the sort of thing where any person should be in a position of defending himself, not a president. I have to work at being president. I have to do my job for the American people and let them draw their own conclusions.
But one Vietnam veteran has already drawn his own conclusion, and long before this latest controversy, actually dating back to the presidential campaign, and that is that the president should go. He says evidence of extramarital affairs, pot smoking, and draft dodging are crimes serious enough to disqualify anyone from being president under the Constitution. The man plans to hold a news conference on the steps of the U.S. Supreme Court today after filing an application to try to get Clinton's election thrown out. Just in case you think the president is really in trouble now, you should know there are questions about the veracity and credentials of the plaintiff. The case has been thrown out in lower court, that is, not even heard, and there's every indication the high court will throw it out as well. That should make the president's Christmas a little merrier. I'm Mary Miller in Washington.
Now, the Clinton administration is giving a holiday gift of sorts to America's kids. Secretary of Health and Human Services Donna Shalala says the government is spending about $289 million in grants for immunizations and rushing that money to clinics that will help kids in the inner cities as well as rural areas. Gays and lesbians are blasting the Pentagon today for its new rules on gays in the military. The Pentagon has said that gays and lesbians cannot be kicked out of the service because of sexual preference, but they can be discharged for engaging in homosexual conduct that includes kissing or holding hands with someone of the same sex. National Gay and Lesbian Task Force leaders say the regulations cater to the prejudices of heterosexual members in the military. Those regulations go into effect February 5th.
She calls her father, Fidel Castro, a tyrant and says she has wanted to leave her native land of Cuba for years. Anina Fernandez-Revuelta holds a news conference in Columbus, Georgia today to talk about her defection to the United States. Revuelta arrived yesterday. She has been granted political asylum here in the U.S. Cuban Americans and the Clinton administration say Revuelta's defection shows just how unbearable life in the communist country of Cuba has become.
Still ahead on News 12, if you choose to, we'll show you how you can eat healthier this holiday season. It may be easier than you think.
And we'll show you how to make the most of a one-day trip to the ski slopes.
The most pleasurable dining experience. I walked off a street in Roslyn and into a Hudson Valley farmhouse. Inside was filled with the warmth of wood and the aroma of fresh-picked fruits and vegetables. The bakery welcomes you at the front door with hearty breads and fruity muffins as well as deep dish pies baked the old-fashioned way. Baskets of fruits and vegetables will keep you company wherever you're sitting. And if you're wondering where all of this gets used, just wait till your meal comes. Friend of a Farmer. Some of the tastiest down-home American cooking I've ever experienced.
For the largest selection of stair climbers, step up to Brands. For the best quality treadmills, nobody fits you better than Brands. For the perfect holiday gift, Brands has the fitness equipment you want at the low price you need. Try it out for 30 days free. Don't miss this chance to save on all Tunturi fitness equipment. Every Tunturi product offers comfort, durability, and the most advanced features designed to fit your budget. Tunturi, the best. For the best names in fitness, in your own private gym, go get them at Brands.
Furs by Franklin. Franklin Furs. See Frank Lacomba's I Love Winter collection at Franklin Furs. Stylish, elegant Franklin Furs. Restyle your present fur into one of our reversibles. Beautiful, functional, and oh so warm. Franklin Furs, Syosset.
I'm so glad I selected the West Wind Yacht Club for my wedding day.
My wife and I have dinner every week at the West Wind Yacht Club, and I don't own a boat. The West Wind Yacht Club of Freeport is a restaurant and a catering hall open to the public. Its unique location, ambiance, and cuisine make it a memorable experience. The extensive catering facilities and knowledgeable staff make your event festive, elegant, affordable. Call West Wind today at 546-4545.
Holidays and healthy eating don't always go hand in hand, but King Cullen nutritionist Lainey Lieberman-Anapol says a few little substitutions here and there while preparing the Christmas meal can make a difference in nutritional value but not in taste. She recently stopped by our studios to show us how easy it is. You know, you really take the fun out of all this because some of us wait for this time of year to eat all the things that we can't eat for the rest of the year, but here you are with a bunch of low-fat suggestions for holiday cooking so that we eat healthy and we eat the right way instead of pigging out on all the high-fat stuff coming up in the next week.
Well, it's a time of plenty, and we should eat plenty.
And we do.
But the key is not to eat too much richness, to go more low-fat.
Now you say you can still cook the traditional holiday meal with all the things you love, including mashed potatoes and all those casseroles, but you can do it in a low-fat way and it'll still taste just as good.
Just as good.
All right, give us some suggestions.
The key is to try to use alternatives in cooking so that you're reducing the fat but maintaining the same traditional type of food.
And the same consistency?
Same consistency. For instance, as an hors d'oeuvre, if you're planning on serving like a fish spread, such as a salmon spread. One could use salmon, bake it, and then instead of creaming it with a sour cream or a cream cheese, you can use a light ricotta cheese.
Now, you brought with you, I think you've lined up these products over here, things that you really like to use as substitutes. And you've got the ricotta cheese, you've had fat-free yogurt, then you've got mustard and honey and applesauce, which I know you like the applesauce idea for substituting that in a lot of things.
Especially in baking. Applesauce works very well in baking.
In substitution for what?
Oil or shortening or butter. I mean, it works well just as an overall fat substitute.
What do you use the yogurt as a substitute for?
Well, yogurt can be substituted for mayonnaise in a salad, for instance, a potato salad, or it can be if somebody's baking fish for the Christmas dinner as the entree. Typically, you might put mayonnaise on top of the fish instead, using yogurt dressed with herbs. I mean, I brought also dill, which is really very nice.
Wonderful.
To add to a fish dish.
One of the things I think we really need to get in our diets more, and if you're going to serve a lot of different courses, probably a lot of different vegetable dishes, and you brought a whole variety of things with you here, and I see my favorite over there in the basket, which is broccoli. Give us some ideas of what to do with produce around
Well,
this time of year.
this again is the season to use the winter vegetables and to bring the vegetables into the Christmas meal. For instance, something like the rutabaga, which is a yellow turnip, is nice to steam it, and then you can mash it sort of like a mashed potato instead of a mashed potato.
Now most people wouldn't know what to do with that.
No.
They'd see it in the produce section and say, first of all, what is it? And then when they find out it's a rutabaga, what do you do with it?
Yeah,
so you can actually mash it?
Yeah, you just steam it in some water and steam it until it gets soft, and then peel it or scoop it out, because when you steam it, it's best to cut it in quarters, and then you can easily scoop it out when it softens.
What does it taste like?
It tastes sort of like a potato.
It does, huh?
Yeah. And you can also use parsnips in the same way. Parsnips are traditionally used in soups, but they can also be steamed and mashed or added to potato. It's nice to have a variety of different vegetables, though, at the Christmas meal. Also, I brought some chestnuts, which are nice for roasting. Those chestnuts come from Italy.
Now, chestnuts, nuts we always hear of any type might be a little bit high in fats for you, but chestnuts are
Chestnuts
are
are not high in fat, actually. You would think of nuts being high in fat.
Right.
Chestnuts are in the acorn family. They're high in carbohydrates, and they're a nice starchy food. They're wonderful, and they're fun for children to learn how to. You can score them, and then you roast them in the oven at a high temperature for about 30 to 40 minutes, and they're fun to peel.
Now, what about the traditional meats? I mean, some people are not going to give up their turkey, and they're not going to give up their holiday ham either. What should we do in those cases?
Well, turkey is very low in fat,
Right.
obviously. Also, goose is considered a traditional Christmas meal. Goose is actually fatty just at the skin, right by the skin and a little bit into the skin. So that's also considered a good choice, because the meat really is not fatty, as once thought. Venison is also a traditional Christmas.
Oh, that might be a little
entree.
bit of a big change for some people.
Yeah, but or lean beef, going to a lean beef cut, and turkey is a great alternative. Turkey, fish, they're all nice entrees. But it's important, again, to also provide the other alternatives at the Christmas meal, like lots of produce. Make this part of the meal plentiful.
All right, you've given us a lot of ideas. We won't forget about the cranberries, because they're part of Christmas as well. Thank you very much, and happy holidays to you.
Thank you, and to you too, Lee.
Now, if you have any questions about how you can eat healthier during the holidays or all year round, you can call the King Cullen Nutrition Hotline at 800-427-5738.
Taking a look at our People page this day, you're going to have to wait until Robert De Niro appears in the movie to see whether he looks like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. A judge has reportedly barred publication of unauthorized photos of the actor in full monster makeup. The judge decided sneak peeks of De Niro's Frankenstein could actually hurt the box office take. Schindler's List and The Piano are neck and neck now, getting the most nominations for the upcoming Golden Globe Awards. Each film has 6 nominations, including Best Drama and Best Director. The Golden Globes are given out in January, but they're often an indication of who goes on to win the Oscars. And she is sometimes called the Queen of Mean, but Leona Helmsley is showing a somewhat kinder, gentler side this time of year. Helmsley is donating $5,000 to replace about 1,000 gifts for homeless kids stolen over the weekend in Manhattan. The Helmsleys are also kicking in another $20,000 for toys for homeless kids in the city's other areas.
Well, unless you plan on an extended trip, most days on the slopes don't start on the slopes. As her ski series continues, News 12's Petra Schaefer tells us about the art of day tripping.
Because no island terrain looks like this, the definition of a ski day for a Long Islander includes at least 2 hours on the road. A grueling start to a day that always includes a lot of physical activity.
If you love skiing or snowboarding, whichever one you do, you know, it's definitely worth it if you really love what you're doing.
It really doesn't matter, because at least we're skiing.
If you can only hit the slopes for the day, you are not alone. According to the National Skier Opinion Survey, more than 45% of the skiers questioned were out only for the day. Another 17% were staying for 1 or 2 nights. The rest were on longer trips.
I take day trips mainly.
Why is that?
It's cheaper.
And according to that National Skier Opinion Survey, he's right. The study found that those on a 1 or 2 night trip tended to spend less than those on a longer ski spree. And those who are up for the day don't shell out money for accommodations. Ski resort workers have some advice to maximize the slope time, including riding the bus. Hunter Mountain has an express service, so does Ski Wyndham.
And they show you movies on the way home, and they serve you wine and cheese. It's a great way to go skiing, because when you're exhausted at the end of the day, you don't have to drive home.
Ski Stop Ski Shop posts a list of things besides skis that day trippers should take. Resort workers say bring clothes, lots of them.
If you're warm, you can take a few layers off, and if you're cold, you can add a few layers on.
Last but not least, set the alarm and skip work if you can.
My best advice is come up during the week, like on a Tuesday or Wednesday. It's great. You come up early, around 8:30 in the morning. The hill is all yours.
I'm Petra Schaefer. Now here are the ski conditions for the Northeast.
Coming up, how's the snow in ski country? And Norm is going to give us a peek at Santa's travel weather forecast. Your extended forecast is coming up. Plus, members of Long Island's Hispanic community break out the piñata for Christmas.
And Tom Hanks takes on what could be the most challenging role of his career. A review of his new movie later this hour.
Help me along, and then we might hear from Dr. Gilman, and we can start from there, okay? Everybody happy? All right? All right? I'll get on the lab about the flow.
News 12 Ski Report is brought to you by Ski Stop, America's 40,000 square foot winter warehouse for everything in ski gear and winter wear. Ski Stop, the best brands, the guaranteed lowest prices, all under one roof.
Ski Stop, America's winter warehouse, rolls in the world's best brands at prices guaranteed to be the lowest. Ski Stop and Columbia take on the elements with the interchange system. Ski Stop, everything in ski gear and winter wear, from outerwear to underwear. When you're the biggest, when you're the best, every day it sells for less.
Nobody beats Ski Stop's price. Nobody beats Ski Stop service. Nobody beats Ski Stop's quality.
Ski Stop and Columbia's interchange system take on the elements.
Be here before the crowds December 26th at 7 a.m. for Harrow's greatest after Christmas clearance ever. Get giant savings of 50% plus an extra 10% off our already discounted prices. All lights, street trim, wrapping paper, Christmas cards, everything 50% plus an extra 10% off. Colossal savings of 70% off list on all animated figures and ceramic houses. And every Christmas tree in our huge collection is 60 to 75% off the list price. The after Christmas clearance now at Harrow's.
Ladies, do you have a dream bathroom or kitchen? Come to Cancos Tile, where we've been building dreams for over 40 years. Our team of designers plus our 200 showroom displays will assist you in creating your own dream. At Cancos, our buyers have been shopping the world to bring you the industry's finest products. We have something for everyone. Stop by any or all of our 5 convenient Long Island locations to experience the Cancos difference and make your dreams come true. Call 1-800-3-CANCOS to find the location nearest you.
It has been said that he is happiest who finds peace in his home. Long Island is our home, and ours is a place where families all across Long Island share their love, dreams, and good times together. Sincere holiday wishes from our home to yours. Leonard's of Great Neck.
News 12 is brought to you in part by Leonard's of Great Neck. When it has to be perfect, Leonard's is Long Island's custom caterer.
Over to sports now. Rangers goalie Mike Richter's 20-game unbeaten streak is snapped thanks to John Van Beesbrook and the Florida Panthers. The Panthers never trailed in this game, up 2-1 in the second period. Scott Mellenby puts the game out of reach. He beats Richter to make it 3-1. After that, New York put all the pressure they could on Beezer, but the former Ranger held up for Florida, sealing the 3-2 win.
And while the Rangers may be cooling off a bit, the Islanders are on fire. They beat the Canadiens for the Isles' 5th straight win, and they did it with the big opening period. Pat Flatley beating Montreal goalie Patrick Waugh to give the Isles a 4-0 lead at the close of the first. Well, that was more than the Isles would need. Montreal did manage to score 3 goals, but it was too little too late to stop the Isles from winning 5-3. Now, unfortunately, the Devils couldn't follow the example set by the Isles. The Devils also falling. They dropped this one to the Hartford Whalers. Former Devil Pat Verbeek scored 2 goals for the Whalers. No, he's not fat. Hartford skated past New Jersey 6-3.
In baseball news, Yankees star pitching prospect Brian Taylor will most likely have to undergo surgery on his pitching shoulder. The 22-year-old left-hander who plays for the Albany Colony farm team dislocated his pitching shoulder during a fight Saturday night in North Carolina. Team doctors say he'll have to have arthroscopic surgery to repair the damage.
Well, meteorologist Norm DeVoskin is busy at work over at the weather map as Santa is busy putting the finishing touches on in the North Pole. How about it, Norm? What's the commute going to be like for all of us come Christmas Eve, Christmas Day?
Well, I think it'll be okay. We could have some light snow, but have you noticed that Christmas has become so commercial?
and I'm going to be selling bumper stickers and buttons and T-shirts that say that. Lots of clouds across the region. Some clear skies across New England. The low-pressure system is to the south. It is moving out into the Atlantic. We have a north-northeasterly wind, and it is producing some chilly temperatures across our region. The low will move out into the Atlantic, and we're on the northern shield of the snow line, so we'll be getting some off and on snow through the period, but nothing really major as that system moves out into the Atlantic. High pressure will build in. Another weather disturbance will move across the Great Lakes. It'll start to spread some light snow across our evening on Christmas Eve, and also maybe some late on Saturday, but nothing really going on in terms of some heavy snowstorms for Christmas or Christmas Eve. Just some light snow across our area. So looking at the forecast for today, we have periods of some snow, cloudy conditions, temperatures running in the mid 30s to the low 30s, a chilly day, so cold weather moving in, so freezing's greetings. Looking at the forecast for tonight, we'll get some partial clearing across our region, and it'll be cold. Temperatures getting down into the teens in some spots of Long Island. It will be cold. Looking at the forecast for Friday, we'll have increasing and thickening clouds, chance of some light snow late on Friday, Christmas Eve. Temperatures 27 to 32 degrees, and for the extended outlook for Christmas, some cold weather moving in, some snow later in the period on Saturday. I don't see any heavy snow, but look at those temperatures getting down well below freezing right through Saturday through Monday. Some sunshine on Sunday, so it might be a nice brisk day on Sunday.
Oh, brisk is a good word.
Yeah, 25 for a high at Islip. That's not very good.
You know, you talk about a coating of snow, Norm. That could be dangerous. It could be slippery.
Absolutely,
Do you have anything to worry about here?
Well, anytime there's snow in the forecast or snow is falling, it could become slippery. So I would say anybody traveling, even if the snow is light and it's not a major storm, you don't need a lot of snow to cause slippery conditions.
And the grounds will be very cold.
Yes,
so
it will be cold, right.
All right, Norm, we'll stay with you during the next couple of days then.
Right.
Thanks a lot. Well, director Jonathan Demme won an Oscar for Silence of the Lambs.
Coming up for you on the Thursday daytime edition, we will tell you how you might be able to get a property tax exemption if you live in Babylon Town.
And hold on, there are winners in the $90 million National Powerball drawing. Lottery details coming up.
I never thought it could happen to me. It happened to other guys. Then it happened. I had a serious accident on the job. I didn't think I was entitled to Social Security benefits, and I sure couldn't afford lawyers' fees. But at Binder & Binder, I was told I didn't have to pay a fee unless they won. Binder & Binder has handled thousands of Social Security cases just like mine. They won my case, and I don't have to tell you what those benefit checks mean to my family.
I'm Charles Binder. We're here to help you get the benefits you're entitled to. We never charge a fee unless we win.
Call now for your free consultation.
It has been said that he is happiest who finds peace in his home. Long Island is our home, and ours is a place where families all across Long Island share their love, dreams, and good times together. Sincere holiday wishes from our home to yours. Leonard's of Great Neck.
Especially at Christmas, Reality, Long Island's original and largest $10 clothing store, means more for less. Honey, can I have $200? I just did all our Christmas shopping.
Wow, all that for $200? Now that's Reality.
This year, I'm doing all my shopping at Reality Fashions, because when every item's $10 every day, I can give more for less.
Dial Reality for the store nearest you.
Accused of killing 5 and wounding 18 others.
Waging war to save the Pine Barrens.
The storm of the century rages on.
1993, the year in review.
I had sexual relations with Pete Fisher.
I've had better days.
The alleged serial killer Joel Rifkin.
1993, the year in review. New Year's Day, all day, right here on News 12, Long Island.
From our family
Topping business news this Thursday, the Commerce Department reports the national average for personal income rose 0.6% in November. That's the 8th straight increase. And while personal incomes climbed, so did first-time applications for unemployment benefits. The Labor Department says first-time jobless claims rose by 4,000 last week. And orders for durable goods or long-lasting items such as cars rose by 2% in November. That's the 6th straight advance in those figures.
2 lucky ticket holders from Washington, D.C. can come forward now and claim their share of a $90 million prize. The $90 million Powerball jackpot lottery numbers were drawn last night, and 2 ticket holders bought their tickets in Washington, D.C. Those ticket holders beat 55 million to 1 odds in selecting the winning numbers. People in 14 states took part in the lottery, but not New York. The state closest to us is Pennsylvania.
Number 12.
Well, upgrading your home should not be something that you're penalized for, according to Babylon's town supervisor. Richard Schaefer saying yesterday he wants an 8-year phased-out property tax exemption plan for home remodeling. According to Schaefer's ideas, the improvements would be completely tax-exempt in the first year and then gradually be phased out or phased in over the next 7 years. The move is designed to spark the sagging home construction industry.
Las Posadas is just one of the ethnic holiday traditions being observed across Long Island. News 12's Nicole Noguet reports the 12-day Hispanic religious festival culminates with a massive celebration.
Feliz Navidad! Feliz Navidad! If you're wondering how to say or sing Merry Christmas in Spanish, just ask these pre-K students from the La Francis Hardiman Early Childhood Center in Wyandanch. They're learning about Las Posadas, or Hispanic Christmas. They're painting a piñata used to culminate a 12-day celebration. How do you make a piñata?
You paint it, and you put it on the table. You put newspaper under it. And then you let it get dry, and then you hang it up so you can bust it open.
Las Posadas symbolizes the travels of Mary and Joseph trying to find a place to stay so that baby Jesus could be born. The holiday starts on December 12th and ends on the eve of December 24th.
Every night the posada is held at somebody else's home, and it terminates with a tremendous party, a tremendous fiesta. The mariachis come and they play the guitars, and people sing and dance. And of course there is the famous piñata, which is hung up, and then the children all look forward to the breaking of the piñata.
Students here will break open this piñata in a special celebration on January 6th. Many of them say they already know what's inside.
It might be candy, peanuts, or some goodies.
We're all of different backgrounds and different heritages, and I feel that we all feel here at the center that they should be aware not only of their own culture, but the culture of other people, and I think it would make a better world.
So for everyone celebrating Las Posadas, in Wyandanch, Nicole Noguet, News 12, Long Island.
So, Feliz Navidad to you guys.
There's one of the lovely Chavi children. Joe, it's great to see you. Hi, Adriana.
Hi, say hello.
Hi, Adriana.
Adriana, do you like TV?
But she doesn't do television.
Oh, no, huh?
And this
Nicholas DeLeo.
This is Nicholas DeLeo, our producer, Amy's son.
TV?
Nick, you say
Look over
Merry
there.
Christmas.
Nikki, blow a kiss.
There you go. Nikki blew a kiss. Merry Christmas. You ready for Santa? Yeah. Merry Christmas to all of you, and I hope everybody's ready for Santa. Feliz Navidad, Joya Noel. You have any more?
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Lots of good stuff.
We'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.
reason